Good evening. Want to see if I can check and see who is here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get anybody to hear me. Let's see. Hold on. Good evening, and welcome to our chat for week number 4. I'm sorry, I am running a few minutes late this evening. We have a new addition to the family, and the new addition is a cat, and he was at the vet all day today and just came home. He's just meeting his sister, and it's been a little bit tenuous here, so he's not not enjoying life. Well, I should say she's not enjoying life very well right now. How are you, Pamela?
I'm doing okay.
Good. All right, let me see if I can get our Moodle website up here so I can get us logged in. And take a look at week number 4 here. So we are already, believe it or not, into the 4th week of our 5 weeks. So that means we are going to be wrapping things up next week. This is the week of the 7th through the 13th. I hope you all are having a good week. It's Wednesday night, and there is a discussion due this evening as usual. And the discussion says here, discuss the limitations on commercial speech. And what are some examples of how commercial speech has been limited by the courts? So that's what you're going to be looking at. It's a timely question, I would say, given the fact that we just had a presidential election, and that usually when we have elections, this is the times when we have a tendency to think more about what our rights are and what the Constitution gives us as far as rights. And so looking at freedom of speech is always one of the biggest items that people want to talk about when we are looking at the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And so when we think of speech, we think of freedom of the press. We think of our ability to voice our opinions on things. But commercial speech is something a little bit different. You and I, as individuals, are free to say things that we want, as long as it's not vulgar, or it's not hurting other people or inciting a riot, so to speak. Then you and I have a lot of freedoms. But what about commercial speech? What's commercial speech all about? Have you had a chance to take a look at that, Pamela?
I took a look at it a little bit before the live session. I haven't had much time. I've been cleaning the house.
I'm looking to see. Hold on. I'm trying to turn your. Can you turn your volume up at all?
Um,
There we go. That sounds a little bit better. Okay, so what have you been finding about commercial speech? Can you hear me?
yes,
Okay. I think I've lost you a little bit here.
I know earlier it was a little funny.
It must be, let's see. All right.
Let's look. Um, I have found the section in chapter 7 about commercial speech freedom granted the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. But
Okay. there must be some problems. I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute because I'm not able to catch what it is that you're saying. So if I'm not able to catch it, that means that we're not going to be able to. The people who are going to be listening to this in the end won't be able to catch it. But here's just a quick definition. This comes from Wikipedia, and we always tell people not to use Wikipedia because it's not a credible source for academic work. However, it's not that all Wikipedia information is bad. It's just that it's not all peer-reviewed. They are correct here when they say commercial speech is a U.S. legal term related to speech done on behalf of a company or individual for the intent of making a profit. So you and I, our rights to individual speech, our rights to our opinions, and to talk about things as individuals is different than when we look at commercial speech. Commercial speech is about making a profit. So it's when someone is talking on behalf of a company and what they're looking to do is to make a profit by what it is that they're saying. It says it's economic in nature and usually has the intent of convincing the audience to partake in a particular action, often purchasing a specific product. So advertising is commercial speech. When you look at ads, what can the ad say and what doesn't it say? Some of the things that we think about, if you look at, think of the ads that you see for cars and the very tiny little fine print that is down at the bottom of the ads. Sometimes when you hear them on the radio, the person is speaking a mile a minute trying to get all of the legal disclaimers in, because commercial speech is not supposed to be defrauding people. It's supposed to be helping people figure out if they are interested in purchasing a product or not. So in this discussion, you are asked to take a look at what the limitations are on commercial speech and look up some examples of what the courts have done to limit. So if you go to Google Scholar, I always tell people Google Scholar is a great place to do free legal research. If you go out to Google Scholar and you do some research on limitations on commercial speech, or you do some research on court cases and commercial speech, you will probably find more information than you ever thought possible was out there. And if you find 2 or 3 examples that you want to go ahead and share with the class, that would be great. And just make sure that you're hitting at least this 250 word minimum when you are doing your main post. Okay, so that's just a little bit about the discussion for the week. And then you also have your week 4 live session, which Pamela, when I'm done here, I'll go in and award the points to you for being here. You have a quiz, again, typical Sunday night quiz that I usually tell people that, if you wait until at least Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on where you are in your understanding of the topics, I think that later on in the week, again, is usually better. And then you have an assignment. Pharmacia Corporation versus GlaxoSmithKline Consumer Healthcare. So there's a case there for you to read. Pharmacia and GlaxoSmithKline obviously are 2 pharmaceutical companies. So we're obviously talking about commercial speech when we have 2 companies that are suing each other. So this is a case that's going to be about commercial speech. If you read that and then answer the questions, there are 2 of them on page 251. And of course, it says your response should contain 500 to 600 words. So make sure you are meeting that deliverable length. 12-point Times New Roman font, paraphrased information from at least 1 valid source other than the textbook. So you're going to have this case in the textbook to be taking a look at. but also you should be looking up another source of great credible research that you can cite as well. Okay, so those are the things that need to be done for week number 4. I want to remind everyone that next week is going to be week number 5. Now, the great thing about this is you're going to be done before Thanksgiving, so that's excellent. You'll be able to have the Thanksgiving holiday without having to worry about doing any schoolwork. So that's going to be great. But I want to remind you that if you have any late work that you need to be getting caught up on, now would be the time to get it done. So please make sure that if you have anything late that you owe me, if you've got a quiz that you need to take a look at the answers for and figure out how you did or didn't do, if you've got some discussion board comments that are late that need to be done, or a homework assignment, or going back and listening to one of these live chats that then you can go in and do a summary of to earn some points, now is the time to get it done. The last week of the term always flies by, and the school is very strict on that when the time is done, when we get to the 20th, that is the end, and I can't accept any work after that point, and you won't be able to get in and submit any work. So please take a look at your grade book. If you are missing anything that you can go back and make up, now is the time to do it. All right, so that was kind of a quick overview this evening. I think the assignments are pretty self-explanatory, and I am confident that you will all do a great job, and I look forward to reading everything that you submit. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go for tonight, and to tell you to have a great rest of your week number 4, and again, get caught up. Make sure you get all your work done for week number 4, and then we'll be ready to head into the last week of the term. So take care, everyone. Make it a great week, and we'll see you next week for one more live chat. Bye-bye.